All right, so I'm about to show you footage of someone's face at night in color with no lights on. And also, this camera's running on nothing but solar power. If you'd asked me 2 weeks ago if that was possible on a $300 camera, I would have said use a dirty, stinky liar, because that's not how, camera sensors work. You need light to get color. You either turn on a spotlight and announce to everyone that you're recording, or you switch to infrared and lose all the color information. Not the case anymore. Before I tell you about said camera, and I love doing this, doing it for years, a way to give back to people in the audience who have given me my life, a chance to win $500. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me the craziest thing that you've ever seen on a security camera or where you'd put it up. Tell me a fact about yourself. Watch the video all the way through. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure there's a way to contact you in your comment, either in your comment itself or on your YouTube page. That'll run for 10 days, open to anyone in the world, but information will be down below. So like I said, either having infrared or lights on and color have only been your two options with cameras. Until now, apparently, because Eufy, and thanks to them for sponsoring this video, sent me this camera that's been doing something that I have legitimately never seen before. This is the eufyCam S4, and the reason it can do things that other cameras can't do is because it's actually 3 cameras in one housing. So up top, you've got a 4K, I love the name of it, it's a 4K bullet camera that stays fixed with a 130-degree field of view. And underneath, there are two 2K cameras built into a motorized PTZ that can spin 360 degrees. One wide angle, one with an 8x zoom. Now here's what's supposed to happen. The top camera watches your main area constantly. When it spots motion, it hands tracking off to those PTZ cameras below, which lock on and then follow the target. But the top camera never stops recording. So you're getting both wide coverage and detailed tracking at the same time, which sounds great in theory, but I've tested enough revolutionary cameras over the years to know what works in a press release very rarely works in real life. Some of it impressed me, a lot of it did actually, some of it didn't. So let me show you what I found. Camera itself is a chonker. It's hefty. This is not like some lightweight plastic thing. 4 LED spotlights, radar, PIR sensor for motion detection, red and blue strobe lights, which can really freak people out. 105 decibel siren, IP65 rated so it can handle weather. Solar panel is detachable with a 10-foot cable. Its battery is quick swap with USB-C charging. So if you're not getting enough sun or you want to top it off, you can just plug it in or buy spare batteries and swap it out in seconds. One thing that's interesting is you can run this in 2 modes. So default is battery plus solar, which I think is what most people would want. But if you connect it to a continuous power with the USB-C adapter, you get really true 24/7 recording instead of just like motion clips. And that's something that you usually see on battery-only cameras. Setup was pretty straightforward. Download the Eufy app, create an account, or if you have one, add it. Add your HomeBase, then just pair your cameras. And the app walks you through everything step by step. It's actually pretty easy. The mounting was simple. We mounted ours in a few minutes under the front kind of eave of the studio. Okay, so I want to get to the actual footage because this is where it got really interesting. So first test, daytime tracking. The 4K camera from the top camera is super sharp. Colors look good. Handles bright backgrounds while I can make out faces, which is super important for a security camera, from about 30 feet away. When someone walks into frame, the PTZ kicks in. There's about a second delay. It locks on and then follows them really smoothly. The top camera never stopped recording the full scene, while the bottom camera did the tracking and zooming. You can see both views at the same time in the app too. I'm talking about recording both. That's how you see it. And that worked exactly as advertised. So second test, fast movement with multiple people. And this is where most tracking cameras tend to completely fall apart. I had people run from frame to frame, opposite directions. The PTZ locked onto the first person, started tracking. And here's the thing, that while the PTZ is figuring kind of that out, the top bullet camera was still recording everything. So even when the AI gets confused, you're not losing footage. I think that's the huge advantage of this hybrid design. I promised I would show you that night footage at the beginning, so here it is. Third test, nighttime with no lights on. No spotlight, no infrared, just AI imaging, processing, and pulling color at a very low light. So I'm gonna show you this footage, and I want you to look really closely at the person's face, their jacket, their shoes, everything, with no lights on. Now, it's not as sharp as spotlight mode, obviously. If you're in a rural area with like zero ambient light, probably wouldn't work well. But for like suburban environments where there's like some street light or neighboring houses, this is legitimately impressive. And that's running all on solar power. The battery's been at like 90-ish% or higher for the weeks that I've been testing. Spotlight mode looks even better, almost like daytime. The 4 LED lights light up the area. Infrared mode is there too if you want kind of standard black and white, don't want to spotlight everything. It's fine, sort of clear up to about 30 feet, does the job. I have tested cameras that claim low light color vision before, and they usually give you a muddy, grainy mess. What Eufy's done here actually works. But there were some issues that I did run into. The AI tracking can confuse with really fast movement. If someone's sprinting or multiple people are moving different directions, it has to make a split-second decision, and sometimes it picks wrong. Also, if you're on cellular data, which it does have, instead of Wi-Fi, the live view can take a few seconds longer to load than I'd like. Not a deal breaker, but you'll notice it. The other thing is that the solar panel cable. 10 feet is barely enough if you need to mount the panel separately. I would have liked 15 feet or longer. What really mattered, the big selling point, is a storage subscription situation. Everything records locally. Camera's got 32 gigs built in, expandable to 256 with a micro SD card. If you get the HomeBase, which comes with the multi-camera kits, you get another 16 gigs, plus you can hold up to a 16 terabyte drive. No monthly fees is a big one. No cloud upload unless you want it, and then you have to pay for that. This is legitimately local first. Your footage stays in your house, not on Eufy servers, not on Amazon servers, in your house. The HomeBase also unlocks some AI features too. It's got Bionic Mind, which can learn familiar faces, so you don't get notified from strangers. Cross-camera tracking stitches together multiple footage if you have multiple cameras when someone moves between zones. 24/7 smart snapshots give you periodic stills throughout the day, even if there isn't any motion. So I thought if you were buying multiple cameras, the HomeBase is probably worth it. If you're just getting one or two, on-camera storage is probably gonna be fine. Again, I've had this running for weeks. The solar panel is getting about 4 to 5 hours direct sunlight per day, and battery hasn't really dropped below 90, even with spotlight mode and all the AI stuff turned on. So sort of the 1 hour of sun claim does seem legit. The app is clean and easy to use, split screen live view with bullet feed on top and PTZ below, quick zoom toggle, motion zone customization, sensitivity adjustment, all the settings you'd expect. There's also a power management dashboard that shows you exactly how much solar you're generating versus what the camera is using. In my case, I'm generating 3-ish times what I'm consuming, so even on a cloudy day, it doesn't matter. You can also manually control the PTZ from the app if you do want to kind of look around. Latency is pretty low too, maybe like half a second. You can also set preset positions, which was hard to get out. So the PTZ returns to a specific spot when it's not tracking. One feature worth calling out too is the alarm system. When motion is detected in high security zone, actually trigger the strobes and that siren to go off. It's startling and way more effective than tiny beeps that most cameras make. You can also trigger it manually if you see something suspicious on live view. All right, so here's my takes after, I don't know, a couple weeks. So remember at the beginning, I said this camera is doing something I've never seen before. The night vision is part of it. But the bigger thing is a hybrid Bullet-PTZ design that actually solves a real problem. You don't have to choose between wide coverage and detailed tracking anymore at all. The handoff between the two cameras works. The footage quality is excellent day and night. The solar charging is reliable, and the subscription for local only storage is exactly what I want from a security camera. It's not perfect. AI tracking gets confused sometimes. The app could be faster on cellular. Solar cable could be longer, but those are small issues. If you want even more capability, Eufy makes a wired version called the PoE NVR S4 Max. Same triple lens design, but built for 24/7 recording with power over Ethernet and professional NVR recording. If you're curious though, I do have a video on the channel that goes over that system too. I'll link it down below. All configurations and bundles are also linked in the description. Right now I've got a code too, 15% off, up to $172 in savings, which is a huge savings, I think, which brings the price down to where it is really competitive with simple cameras. Don't do half of what this does. If you've been frustrated by the limitations of traditional security cameras, things like blind spots, poor night vision, subscription fees, having to buy multiple cameras to cover one area. This is absolutely worth looking at. If you want to check it out again, all information you need will be down below.